Yo, what's up everybody? Mood616 here, and thank you once again for joining me. Alrighty, so for today, I was thinking about, I actually had this idea for a video like months ago, and I literally was going upstairs to feed my dogs, and it just fucking clicked on me. I was like, you know what? I've been really neglecting my hip-hop side of my channel, and not really due to lack of ideas and stuff, it's just, I don't know. I just been not doing the videos. But anyways, so I came up with this idea for, you know, albums that I love to listen to while I'm driving around, or like I'm just rolling around in town or whatever. Just great albums for the car. You know, that's pretty much what the idea is. And these are just some of them. I was gonna bring out like 10, and then I ended up finding a whole pile more that I love to listen to, and then it ended up being like 20. So be like, it's not like my 20 all-time favorites. It's just 20 random albums that I love to listen to. No particular order, no countdown, nothing. But so we'll get right into this. First up on the random stack here is Nine's 9 Lives. I fucking love rolling around to this record, man. It's got really deep bass lines. Just Nine's voice is so raspy, and just this album fucking bangs from top to bottom. It's amazing. I love rolling around listening to any MCs. I love that song, man. It's so fucking dope. Red Rum, just the slow appeal of it. The beat is sick. What You Want, fuck, man. This album is just ridiculously awesome and fun. But yeah, just a great album to roll around and listen to. Just fucking Nine's voice. Love listening to his voice. It's awesome. Coming over here. Next up is one of my favorite MCs of all time, and an album that I absolutely know every single fucking lyric to the album. I could recite the whole thing right now if I wanted to, but it's one of these albums I love to listen to because I like to, you know, rap the words in the car, you know, like the white boy I am. Anyways, Too Short's Getting Where You Fit In. This is an album that is just perfect to roll around with, man. Just Another Day is like one of the best cruising songs. It's long, it's got a funky beat, great lyrics, fucking amazing. Way Too Real, another awesome rolling around song. All My Bitches Are Gone with Ant Banks, just phenomenal. Gotta Get Some Lovin'. I love this song about Too Short, just striking out with the bitches, not getting any pussies, fucking amazing. I'm a player. Even right from the intro, one of my favorite intros of all time, Don't Fight the Intro. Just a phenomenal record, top to bottom, no skippable tracks, which is another kind of common theme within these albums too. Really no skippable tracks. So if you want to put a CD in your deck, you don't have to touch those fucking controls. So yeah, Too Short's Getting Where You Fit In. Love this album to roll around with. Another album from the West Coast here. My favorite DJ Quick album, Safe and Sound. DJ Quick is one of those MCs that really grew over time lyrically, but he's always been a really phenomenal beat maker. And this album right here, I think he's phenomenal lyrically, or he really stepped up his game, you know. And his beats are just so fresh and exhilarating to roll around and listen to. Like, Safe and Sound is just an amazing track. Dollars and Cents is one of the best diss tracks ever. No disrespect to MC8, but he got his ass torn apart on that track. But I'm a huge MC8 fan, so I never took sides. I bought both the records. I wasn't one of those guys who was like, Death Row, Bad Boy, either like one or the other. No. I don't know where that came from. It didn't really relate to this, but DJ Quick and MC8, yeah, they had their battles. But you know, like, I love Quick's grooves. He always has that instrumental track on every record, and it's phenomenal, man. Just a really fresh record to listen to. It sounds awesome. Gotta have the old school record in there. Molly Mall's In Control Volume 1. I love this album. No skippable tracks. Just phenomenal, top to bottom. Old school vibe. It just bangs. It just brings me back to when I was, you know, basically legal to drive. I had this on tape and rolling around and listening to tapes in those days. Just, it brings back great memories, but I love this album. Craig G's Duck Alert, man. Dropping Science with Craig G, obviously. We write the songs with Biz Markie, Heavy D. It's fucking amazing. Obviously the symphony on here. But, you know, Tragedy, Percy and Tragedy, man. The Rebel. This album bangs. Amazing shit. For some newer stuff here, well, newer-ish. 2002, I believe this came out in. Nonfiction, The Future Is Now. I love this album, top to bottom. I think this is phenomenal record. And it's perfect to listen to in the car. It's another album that doesn't really have any skippable tracks, and it's just phenomenal. Bangs. My favorite tracks on this album are probably... Oh, it's so hard to pick, man, but If You Got Love, I love that song. Rockstars is awesome, you know, Primo produced song. I love Cult Leader on this record. I'm a really big fan of Cult Leader. The future is... There is no future with Necro on the boards there. That song is awesome. But yeah, Nonfiction, another great one to roll around to. So, next up here is taking it to the down south stuff here, but Scarface with The Fix. I mean, I could really roll around listening to any Scarface album. When I was looking at my Scarface collection, I was like, wow, you know, I just absolutely love Scarface with a passion. But this album right here, I find that it's just, it sounds really good. It's got really fresh tracks on it, and you know, I mean, Scarface is just dope in general. I mean, this album right here is just a phenomenal record. On My Block, man, I fucking love bumping that song in my car. It's amazing, and I mean, like I said, any Scarface album is worthy of being bumped all the time, in my opinion. Classic MC, he's amazing. Another album from the West Coast here is a record that I fucking love the production on this record. I think it bangs to shit. I listened to this album so much in my headphones when I was in high school that I actually broke my tape, and it basically forced me to get the CD. I ended up getting the CD later because I bought the tape. It was just cheaper. Had no money in those days. I guess I wasn't selling enough cigarettes out of my locker. The Dog Pound Dog Food record. I mean, Respect just bumps in the car, man. Dog Pound Gangsters, New York, New York, man. Let's Play House, Bomb Ass Pussy. I Don't Like Dreaming About Getting Paid. I love that track. It's probably my favorite song on the album. But just a phenomenal record, man. I love this album. It's fucking... Production's amazing. Daz does a great job with the beats on here. I think Dre does some beats on here too. But yeah, amazing production. Fucking bumps. One of my favorite albums of all time. Doesn't matter where it's from. I could listen to this album every single day for the rest of my life and never get bored of it. And that's Ice Cube's Death Certificate. I've been on this huge Ice Cube kick lately. I've been listening to all his albums, even his newer stuff, and you know, I've been kind of gaining a new appreciation for, you know, how he changed his flow so much over the years. You know, from these, like, America's Most Wanted, Death Certificate, you know, to The Predator, to fucking Lethal Injection, you know, to War and Peace, to, you know, his newer stuff. Like, if you listen to him in order, it's amazing how he changed with the times and kind of stayed relevant with his flow and stuff. But you know, this album right here is ridiculous. It's so much fucking fun. I mean, The Wrong Nigga to Fuck With right off the bat. It's just amazing. My Summer Vacation, Steady Mobbin', you know, A Bird in the Hand. Like, holy fuck, man. Colorblind, No Fat. Like, this album is ridiculous top to bottom. Amazing skits on this album, and it never gets old. It never gets old. Love it to death. My favorite album by Aesop Rock here. I fucking love this album. It grew on me over time. It wasn't my favorite album when it first came out, but it just, for some weird reason, I've listened to this album the most out of any Aesop Rock album, and that's Bazooka Tooth. I think this album's phenomenal. The songs are so sick, man. The song with Camp Low, Limelighters, on here is sick, man. So sick. Cook It Up, man, is amazing. Super Fluke. Everything. New York Electric. Like, there's so many fucking phenomenal songs in there. Very experimental sounding. That's when Def Jux was actually a really dope label. It's too bad that shit fucking fell under, but yeah, Mars Attacks, I love that track. I used to play that song all the time on a radio show. I used to play songs off this all the time on my radio show years ago when I first started. But Aesop Rock, this album bangs in the car, man. Very cool album. This album right here, I chose this Mobb Deep record because I think it's the time when it came out. I believe it was in '96, right? So I think this is a '96 album. I'm getting fucked up. '96. So that would have been the time when I got my license to drive, right? And it just brings back memories because it dropped and we were rolling around listening to Hell on Earth. Oh, the fucking beats on here are so deep and banging. Drop a gem on it, man. I couldn't get into my car without having to put that song on. It was just ridiculous. G.O.D. Part 3 was fucking dope, man. Hell on Earth, man. Oh shit, dude, Extortion with that fucking tantalizing, dark, fucking grimy, staticky beat, man. It's just so sick, man. Animal Instinct, Man Down. This is amazing shit. It's too bad Mobb Deep fell the motherfuck off with their later releases. I don't know what the fuck happened to these guys, man. I don't even really like Prodigy that much anymore. Even his album with The Alchemist that just recently came out, I do like the record because of the beats by The Alchemist. I don't think Prodigy's that good anymore, but this is some fucking dark-ass banging, rolling around shit right here. Love that record. My favorite KRS-One album of all time, and this album right here, it's another record, nothing skippable, and it just bangs from top to bottom, dope production, return of the boom bap, and it really is, man. This is boom bap at its best, and I mean, you start off this album with fucking Outta Here, Black Cop, you know, shit like that. Mad Crew is fucking an amazing track. I put that song on a million mixtapes in my life. Return of the Boom Bap, like, P is Still Free, man. Like, there's so much fucking dope shit on here, man. I mean, Sound of the Police, I Can't Wake Up. I mean, this is just classic material. Sounds amazing. Return of the Boom Bap. One of my favorite West Coast albums. This album has amazing production. You know, the beats are so sick on this. It's my favorite album by this group, and yeah, it's Uncle Sam's Curse by Above the Law. Now, the production on this record is retarded. It's so good. Return of the Real Shit, what an a really dope opening song. Set Free, California, Concrete Jungle, oh man, you know, Black Superman, She Is In Me, Uncle Sam's Curse, Gangsta. Like, this album is classic, man. This is the best album by Above the Law, in my opinion. I like the earlier stuff, it's really dope, but this album right here just does it for me, and no skippable tracks, sounds amazing. Now, this one right here I'm gonna do as one, but self-titled Buckwild, 1990 Now. Self-titled is fucking dope, but the beats on this record are so banging in the ride, man. It's just amazing. So many dope tracks on here, good features. It just baffles me that these beats were never used by Buckwild before. And of course, 1990 More. This is basically kind of like just like an EP of leftover songs with all the instrumentals and stuff, but I like to lump this in there. Listen to that. And I love the instrumentals too, you know, either or. Not to take anything away from self-titled, he's an amazing MC in my opinion. But, yeah, just very entertaining shit. This is very fucking dope top to bottom. Love it. Now, an album that just can blow fucking speakers and has so much going on. If you have a really good stereo in your vehicle, this is an album that I tell people to listen to because it has so much going on and it really kind of brings out everything that your system has to offer. And that's Fantastic Damage by LP. This record is retarded, man. Like, so stupid. The beats are so out of this world. I'd never heard anything like this. I mean, when this came out, it was just different and fresh. You know, LP still to this day is putting out amazing stuff. Run the Jewels from this year, I think, is an amazing record. I can't wait for it to actually drop so I can get a physical of it. But yeah, Run the Jewels, if you haven't checked that out with Killer Mike. It's fucking dope, man. But this one right here, man, I mean, holy fuck, dude. Squeegee Man shooting is sick on here. Like, I couldn't say enough good things about the production on this. It's just wild. I couldn't even imagine how long it took to mix down that record, but MOP Warriors is next here. Production, phenomenal. I just love the feel and vibe of this record. It just has a really good pace throughout the whole album. And yeah, I mean, you can't not love listening to MOP in your vehicle, man. Like, it's hard. You know, the voices are rugged, the beats are banging, and Warriors, it's a great album. It's not my favorite album by MOP, but I always find myself grabbing this one if I'm going to listen to it in the vehicle. So, yeah, Warriors. And I couldn't have a fucking video and not show my favorite album of all time, which is Midnight Marauders by Tribe Called Quest. I mean, really, there's nothing skippable in here, of course, for me. Steve Biko, the first song on the album, just sets the best tone for the record. I love this album with a passion. We Can Get Down, like just electric relaxation, Midnights. I mean, what can I say, man? It's my favorite album of all time. I listen to this all the fucking time in the car. Next up is one of my favorite produced DJ Premier non-Gangstar records, and that's Living Proof by Group Home. Now the beats on this record are just phenomenal, phenomenal. Now when I grab this, I'm like, why didn't I have any Gangstar? Where's my J. Rue? You know, like those records are all go-to records for me. I listen to all the time, but this one just kind of stood out to me. I'll never forget when I first heard Living Proof, man. It blew my fucking socks off, man. I was like, that is the best song, man. I was so impressed with the production. And right from day one, I was like, man, they're not the best MCs in the world, but it works. You know, I think Little Dap is actually better than people give him credit for, but this is fucking phenomenal. I could never say enough good things about this album. Awesome production, bangs in the car. Next up, I like to roll around listening to this album because it is a double disc, and there's like tons of songs on here. I think there's like 26 or something like that. And that's Underground King's, Underground King's record. This is the last album that Pimp C was, you know, before he passed away. Such a shame. Pimp C was such a big loss. But I've been a fan of Underground King since they came out in like the early 90s. And I think this album is really good, man. It just sounds awesome in the vehicle. Has so much cool vibing songs and fucking bangs to shit, dude. Could not say enough good things about that one either. One of my favorite albums of all time is Liquid Swords by The Genius. I love listening to this album in the car, man. I love the vibe on this album. It just, The Genius is a fucking genius, really. He really is. But I can never say enough good things. And, you know, there's no holes in this record at all. It's just, right from Liquid Swords on, reads a Bible by, you know, Kill a Priest, of course, but this album's sick, man. Bangs in the car, it's phenomenal roll round to, and it brings back great memories. And last up for the albums is my favorite Run DMC album of all time, and that's Raising Hell. Now, when I was a kid, man, I used to love throwing on You Be Illin' in the vehicle. There's something about that track that, you know, it just sticks out to me. I mean, this album is chock full of fucking amazing tracks, like Peter Piper, It's Tricky, My Ideas, Walk This Way. First 4 songs on the album make the whole album classic, you know. But You Be Illin' is all the way down to number 9, and it's one of my favorite tracks by Run DMC, period, and it's a non-single, and it's just an album filler song, theoretically. And, but I love that track, and it's one of those albums I love fucking listening to, man. It's amazing shit, so. But yeah, so I will just rip through these really fast to give you a recap here. So that was Run DMC, Raising Hell, The Genius, Liquid Swords, Underground King's double disc album, Group Home, Living Proof, Tribe Called Quest, Midnight Marauders, MOP Warriors, LP's Fantastic Damage, self-titled and Buckwild 1990 Now, and more. Uncle Sam's Cursed by Above the Law, KRS-One's Return of the Boom Bap, Mobb Deep, Hell on Earth, Aesop Rock with Bazooka Tooth, Ice Cube, Death Certificate, The Dog Pound, Dog Food, Scarface, The Fix. I believe this album actually got 5 mics in the source, which is actually kind of funny. Not funny, but I think it's an interesting time when they were giving 5 mics out. They felt bad about all the albums. They gave 4.5 to. Non-fiction, The Future Is Now. Molly Malls with In Control Volume 1. DJ Quick, Safe and Sound. Too Short with Get In Where You Fit In. And last but not least, 9 with 9 Lives. Classic material in my opinion. Yeah, so those are just a quick video. I mean, probably not too quick. It probably ran about 20 minutes. But yeah, so just albums I like to do, or like rolling around listening to. If you want to do video responses, that would be super cool. I'd love to see your guys' albums that you like to roll around, or, you know, maybe even in your headphones or whatever. But this was, you know, albums I like to listen to in my car that always get fucking played in my ride. So, but yeah, if you want to do video response to it, that would be fucking much appreciated. I would love that. That would be awesome to see your video or your pics and stuff. So, yeah, Mood 616 signing off. Thank you for watching and subscribing. Peace out, homies.